welcome to Mrs. Peeved versus potty training. Today I'm going to talk about how I potty trained my firstborn, who is now 4. I potty trained him a little over a year ago, and what my plans are to potty train my 2-year-old Jay. And you know, potty training is one of those things. When I first approached it with my oldest son, I was still very much a young and immature mom, and I was convinced my kid was going to do everything first. He was going to be potty trained first. He was going to eat all his vegetables. He was going to learn to read first. He was going to speak first. He was just going to be ahead on everything. Thankfully, I've matured a lot in the last 3 years, and I no longer really aim toward that. And if your kid is first, that is great, but don't try and push your kid into potty training. Potty training is a very delicate thing. Another thing that, like all the parenting books and all pediatricians will tell you, is do not punish your kid. Do not discipline your kid for not being potty trained. That is counterproductive. I talked about this book in my video, Mrs. Peeved versus the Misbehaved Child, 1, 2, 3 Magic. It talks a lot about start behaviors and stop behaviors. You discipline stop behaviors and you reward start behaviors. Potty training is a start behavior. Never discipline for not being able to do it. Now then, when I got started potty training, not only was I doing it too soon, my son was 18 months the first time I tried to potty train him, it was a disaster. I couldn't find any real info anywhere other than just set them on the potty repeated times a day and hopefully they'll go. I tried that for like 6 months. Nothing ever took. And it was kind of a fail. I got impatient. And then we started potty training again a little bit before his 2nd birthday, and he was actually getting it. But then I had his brother, and my oldest, Eddie G, is a very sensitive child, and having a new family member, he did not want to potty for a while. He was very sensitive to change. He loved his baby brother, but he didn't want to go potty. That's fine. About 6 months after that, I had him almost potty trained, and there was another upset in the family, and it just completely destroyed him again. We had a little bit of a family crisis, and he once again just refused to go potty. It was getting close to his 3rd birthday now, and about 6 months after that was close to his 3rd birthday, and I was starting to feel really upset because all my parenting books and the pediatricians told me there's absolutely no excuse for a child not to be potty trained after their 2nd birthday. By the 2nd birthday, they should be potty trained. Well, it turns out, sorry, I thought I heard a noise. Yeah, so by his 3rd birthday, I was getting very upset that he was nowhere near potty trained. Well, I took a 3-day weekend where basically I just had him walk around the house completely nude. And anytime I thought he started to go potty, I would immediately pick him up and go set him on the potty. After about the 3rd day, he suddenly got it. He was like, okay, I go to the bathroom if I need to be potty. It took 3 days. It was very frustrating. And he still had accidents in the day for like 2 weeks. At the 2-week mark, he pretty much had it. And that was around his birthday, his 3rd birthday. So he was daytime potty trained, like right on his 3rd birthday. I considered him daytime potty trained. I was starting to get, and from everything I was reading about nighttime potty training is people are like, oh, don't worry about that. It could be anywhere between 4 and 6 years. Don't worry. Don't pressure it. So I wasn't even thinking about that. I was still putting him in nighttime diapers. I was cloth diapering him in nighttime diapers. And about 2 weeks after his 3rd birthday, he says, Mama, I don't want to wear a diaper to bed tonight. Can I wear undies? I was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And so I made him go to the bathroom, and he put on his undies, and he was dry all night. And every night for weeks, it was a habit because I didn't think that he would make it, but yeah. And finally, after about the 3rd month, I admitted, my son was nighttime potty trained too, and it has never been an issue. In the last 14 months that he's been nighttime potty trained, yeah, once did he wet the bed, and he had a fever. And the pediatricians say, you know, that's very normal. If a kid has a fever, it's like the signals in their head because their head is overheated, the signals get crossed, and they don't always wake up to go bathroom. And so that's considered perfectly normal. Now then, I'm going to talk about the tools I used. I hate the little kitty potties. They gross me out. I did not want to clean one. I didn't want one in my house. And ew. I did not like those. And on top of that, they were like 25 to 30 bucks a piece when I went shopping at Walmart because I was like admitting that I needed to potty train my kid around his 3rd birthday. And no, I just wasn't spending that kind of money on something that just I found absolutely revolting. So I hopped on Amazon and I found this. Let's see if I can... Oh, that's just weird. But yeah, it's a kitty commode seat. It's Munchkin brand. There's a little deal here for like an air freshener. I think Munchkin brand. I think they use it for their diaper pails too. I never use that. It's got handles. It's got rubber. So it's skid proof. It won't move around underneath the kids. My oldest loved this. He could pick it up. And by this handle, I would leave it behind the toilet. He would pick it up, set it down by himself, and it didn't move under him. He sat down on it, and he loved this. And I didn't have to do cleaning out those nasty little kid potties. So I would recommend this. I bought it off Amazon. The green one, the one with the green rubber, was cheaper than the other colors. It came out to $8 when I bought it. And, of course, this was several years ago, so I don't know how much they are now. But they were $8 at the time. And I have loved the same. To clean it, because, yeah, I'm not sure how little girls are because I've had 2 boys, but little boys, it tends to go everywhere, and so you want to clean this pretty regularly. If your kid is sitting on it and using it regularly, when I was potty training my oldest, I would take this off probably once or even twice a day, spray it with a little mixture. I keep in the bathroom a spray bottle of Dawn and vinegar, and then hose it off with my shower head. And I would do that once to twice a day, just kind of depending, because, yeah, it goes everywhere. And another thing I bought at the time, which I'm still using, is, let's see, Bumbo step stool. Again, it's got the skid-proof thing, so it doesn't move. This one was $14 at the time, and yes, I still remember that because I am a super cheap person if you haven't been watching my videos, and I will always get the cheapest thing for what I can use for the most years to come. I'm just one of those moms. I don't buy the newest and latest thing ever. So yeah, it says Bumbo on it. It's lightweight, so my 2-year-old can pick it up and move it from the toilet to the sink to wash his hands or to brush his teeth, and then move it back to the toilet if he needs to step up, which in our bathrooms we do need the step up. And it's so yeah, it's very easy and it's sturdy. It can hold up to 110 pounds. And my mom, who is 5'1", I bought this because at my apartment at the time she would come over a lot and couldn't reach into my cabinets in the kitchen. So she would go to the bathroom and pick this up and take it in there because it holds supposedly 110 pounds. That was what it said. My mom is heavier than 110 pounds and I'm a lot heavier than 110 pounds. I'm also taller than my mom. I'm going to say that first. And I have used this to stand on occasion. So, very sturdy. This has lasted me, let's see, 2 years now. A little over 2 years. Like 2 years and 2 months. And I would recommend that. So, between the two of these, I spent what you would normally spend on one of those revolting little kitty potties, which everyone seems to love, and I don't understand why. And another thing I bought was training underwear. Now then, a lot of them, these are thicker than just regular undies. These are 18-month size. They're Gerber. I bought these because they were the smallest I could find, and both of my boys were skinnies. Skinny. So even at 2 years, this is what my 2-year-old is wearing now, and these were his older brothers. And yeah, they're called training underwear because they're thicker in the middle, so if they have an accident, supposedly it will catch most of it. It does not at all. If you're worried about that, I don't know what to tell you. Honestly, just get the regular underwear, in my opinion, if your kid is big enough, because these are a little bit extra money for absolutely nothing. Yeah, you can tell it's a Gerber brand. And yeah, my 2-year-old, as soon as he was potty trained, he pretty much grew out of these, and so he didn't use them like for maybe 2 weeks, and then I had to go and buy him the next size up in real undies. And yeah, he did love switching from diapers to these. Okay, so for my youngest right now, because I started so early with my first, I don't want to do that with my second. I'm not going to push him and have things come up and then set him back and be counterproductive. I never punished my 1-year-old for not being potty trained, but it was clear I was frustrated and he probably sensed that. And so I'm not going to do that with my second. What we have been doing is, because he's been showing kind of an interest in the potty when his older brother goes, is at bath time, I'll set him on the potty for a couple minutes before I put him in the bath, and then a couple minutes after I dry him off before I put his PJs on. And we've been doing that for about 2 weeks now, my husband and I have, and he's gone and used the potty probably once every 3 days from us just doing that. And the first time he did it, his brother was so excited. Jay, use the potty. You're a big boy now. Gave him a great big hug, and Jay jumped off the potty and ran around the bedroom screaming, I did it, I did it, I did it. And he still gets so excited when he manages to, and he gets so frustrated when he doesn't. So he already grasped the concept. So we're just going to keep doing that until he reaches 30 months, which is in December. That's the 2.5-year mark. And that is considered the average age for boys to potty train. So when he reaches that age, we are going to do what we did with the first one, which is we're going to just take off all his clothes. And anytime he starts to go, we're going to go and run and set him on the potty. And after a 3-day, and I say 3-day weekend because I'm hoping my husband will get off 3 days in a row and can help me with this. And after 3 days, supposedly he'll get it. I'm hoping like his older brother did. And then we can just consider him daytime potty trained. And that is really the plan. If you have any other ideas or suggestions, because we struggled a lot with our first one and we could not find anything on the internet to help us, then please feel free to comment.